My name is Mary Maslowski. I'm the chair of the Harwich Historic District and Historical Commission. We are calling to order the meeting of June 22nd, 2022. It is 6 p.m. We are here at Town Hall in the small hearing room. Before we get started, I would just like to notify everyone that if you intend to record, either audio or video record this meeting, you need to notify the chair at this time. Hearing none, we will start with a roll call.
Bob Doan.
Brendan Lowney.
Julia Eldridge.
All right, so we will open the first public hearing for the evening. It is HH 2022-10. It is Pam and Harry Barnett, owner and James Bustamante, Longfellow Design. Applicant have filed a notice of intent for a partial demolition of the existing single detached garage to remove the side window and replace it with a 4-panel sliding door. The home is over 100 years old according to the town's historic property inventory list. The subject property is 5 Zilpha Road, map 6B, parcel H2-9.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you. For the record, James Bustamante with Longfellow Design Bill. I'm here on behalf of Pam and Harry Barnett, who are with us here tonight, of 5 Zilpha Road. 5 Zilpha Road has a beautifully landscaped back area, patio area, with a detached garage. Not visible from the street is the side of the garage, which we are proposing to take out a double hung window that was installed in the last 15 to 20 years roughly, and proposing a 4-panel slider to make it easier to get the patio equipment in the back yard in and out of the garage. I did submit the specs from Pella. The specs of the slider are pretty much in line of what's there now of the window, meaning the specs, it's a vinyl window that's there now, vinyl slider that's being installed. Now, obviously, it's a different use. A double hung window in a detached garage isn't really being used on a regular basis anyway. The garage isn't really used for a vehicle on a regular basis. Obviously, being steps away from the beach, the garage is more used for storage, and that's what we intend to, that's what they intend to keep using it as, for beach equipment, chairs, and patio furniture. I submitted a letter from the structural engineer, Tom Galligan, who did a field report, and in his field report, the garage was definitely built after the house, the main structure was built. However, there's no record on file of when this garage was built that we could find throughout the building department here in Harwich or in my own personal findings. With the construction materials used for this detached garage, it is his estimate that the garage was built post-1950s and was modified with the siding and the windows within the last 20 years. We ask that the board finds that we can change out the window to the 4-panel slider for easier use of storage. Happy to take any questions.
Okay, thank you. Any questions from the board? Bob, would you like to start?
Sure. I viewed the property. That side isn't really seen, and you're probably right, the garage itself isn't that old. So I certainly have no issue with it.
Yeah, same here, no issue.
Yeah.
And Julie? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, any questions or comments from the public? Yes,
I just have one. My name is Phil Chisholm,
yes.
and I live at 7 Zilpha Road.
Mhm.
What would happen to the historic designation of the garage once the change is made?
So for our perspective, nothing. It would, not knowing whether it is 100 years old or not at this point, we go with the oldest portion of building on the property. So the house itself is on our list because it's 100 years of age or older. So we ask that you come in. Not being visible from the street is also a characteristic that we factor into our decisions. But it would still be, the structure itself would still, any demolition would still be required to come before us.
On
in
the
future.
house.
On the house.
Right. Not the
For the
garage.
record, I have no problem with the addition to the 4 sliding windows.
Perfect.
Doors.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? And the chair would entertain a motion to close the public
So
hearing.
moved.
Motion's been made by Mr. Doan, seconded by Mrs. Eldridge. All those in favor of closing the
Aye.
public hearing?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. So the chair would entertain a motion on the decision. You have a set of findings in front of you. Somebody would like to propose a motion.
I'll work on it.
Okay?
I move that, what is it, we have the following findings?
Yes.
That we've determined the following findings. Number 1, case number HH2022-10, NOI filing date 4/27/2022, date of hearing 6/22/2022, property 5 Zilpha Road, 6BH2-9, owner Pam and Harry Barnett, applicant Longfellow Design Build James Bustamante, BCRD recording information 3461681. Excuse me. Subject buildings is at least 100 years old. Building and age source determined by the town's historic inventory list. Demolition proposed. Partial demolition. The description of the work, demo window and portion of detached garage for installation of 4-panel sliding door. I believe is on historic significant. I would say the building is not historically significant.
But it's listed on our town historic property inventory.
Yeah, the
So it's just
garage.
the last one.
Okay, listed on town historic property. Notes, conditions, I do want to make a comment that the work is on the garage, which is not historically significant itself.
So the garage is not historically significant in and
Right.
of itself.
Even, and it's, yeah. Proposed demolition would not destroy or substantially diminish the historic value or significance of the subject's buildings. And the termination, no demolition delay period imposed. And conditions, I don't have any additional conditions.
So just as proposed?
Yeah, as proposed, yes.
Okay, so we
Okay.
have a motion made by Mr. Dillon. Do we have a second?
Second.
The motion's been made by Mr. Dillon, seconded by Mr. Lowney. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any in opposition? Hearing none, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
You are. Give me one moment.
Excited.
Just take care of business so that we're done.
8 and 7
Six.
is first,
To
right?
the 22nd.
22nd.
All right. We will call to order the next public hearing, which is HH 2022-7, Samuel Patel, owner, supplied for a certificate of appropriateness to alter a building or structure in the Harwich Center Historic District. The subject property is 715 Main Street, map 41, parcel D7. So we'll start with 715.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi.
My name is Howard. Let's see if we can start again. My name is Howard Cahoon. I'm an attorney for Samuel Appel and his family, who, as you know, own the subject property. With us tonight is Carol Stantos, who's the engineer that is responsible for the plans. We propose to put some apartments upstairs in the building. There's minimal changes to the exterior on the side for access, which is required. We have to go before planning, but we certainly come here first, and hopefully everyone will be able to answer your questions and we can get your approval. But I'm going to turn it over to my clients. But if there's something that I can answer, I will.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, so we are proposing 2 apartments above 715 Main Street.
Okay,
And we found out that the old owner tried to get an approval, so from there we got the idea. So it doesn't have any egress existing for the second store. Like right now, it's just an attic with some equipment for the store. So we are trying to add 2 egresses, one on the side of the main street, and one on the alleyway we have next to the dentist office.
okay. So, members of the board, anybody want to start?
Could they maybe just walk through
Yeah,
the
Sure.
changes? Yeah, if you
Could
could
you do
just
that?
explain,
Before we have this,
yeah.
it's an existing building with
Mhm.
3, it's a commercial building with 3 units.
Right.
It's a liquor store, interior design office, and a hair salon in
Mhm.
here. The proposed apartments will go above the liquor store, which is the main part of the building.
Mhm.
And we are proposing a 9 by 17 square foot addition in the front of the building to house the stairwell for access to the second floor. And now the alley side, we will have a 6 by 16 square foot addition to house the other set of stairs that will go up to the second floor. We'll tie everything into the original architecture, so
Mhm.
everything matches and it'll be seamless. I can walk through the other, I don't know if you can see anything else.
No. Yeah, should I start?
Go right ahead,
Yeah,
Bob.
I think one of the issues I'm looking at is the elevation from the front, Main Street elevation. And oh, do you have that there?
Yeah, so,
Good, yeah.
Page,
Yeah, that one up top. My feeling is that it's not really fitting into the building. It kind of sticks out, and this is the prime view from the street, which is the most important view. I didn't know, what are the restrictions there? Let me put it another way. Did you actually consider bumping out the whole front of the building, possibly, to get more room in the liquor?
We didn't consider that, I don't think that was cost effective for,
you're ju-
Yeah, we just, all in our mind was to create a second egress that was required.
Yeah,
And we talked to the engineers and they say that, this is the best way to have a second egress.
So where's the door gonna be?
it would
On
be
the side.
On the side.
So the parking is in the back, on the left
in the
side,
back, yeah.
with the other entrances and, the doors on the side, you can see it from here. So you would walk up. the
Mhm.
stairs
Yeah.
to the second floor.
No, I was just thinking that it was an opportunity, if you wanted to, is to actually bump that building out, make it bigger on the front, and do something with the new facade on the front. That would give you a stairway on one side possibly, and even give you more room in the liquor store. Now, I have no idea cost-wise whether it be cost-effective or not, but, you know, one of the issues with that building is it's set back so far from the street that it's a little awkward, and like what you've done with the other 7-Eleven is fantastic. It's right up on the street. It looks so great compared to the rest of the neighborhood, and I was just trying to think if there was a way to correct something that wasn't quite right. I don't have any other ideas. I mean, is there any chance of putting the stairway on the other side? You know how it bumps in with the other stores, something on that where it wouldn't be visible? So it'd have stairways on both sides of the building?
Yeah, we have considered that, but then what happens is we have a tenant there, and that would be just blocking their entrance.
There would be.
So, yeah.
Where's the current egress? Well, I know you're adding to egress. Where's the staircase now to get
There
upstairs?
is no stair, it's
So-
hatched from the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
And the reason why we went with this is, I know you're familiar with Harwich, across the street, there is a building similar, with a similar entrance, with an
Yeah.
entrance from the front, right across the street. So we kind of tried
Yes.
to mimic what they have
Exactly.
as well, to match. It's not as close, this building's not as close to the street as that one.
Oh, like the small 708.
The
I'm not sure
apartments?
the address, but it's
Is it
pretty.
It's the little White House across the
Yeah.
street.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think it's 708.
Oh, the one with that,
The one we're moving
okay.
back 15 feet.
okay.
It's similar.
Yeah, so you try to match the roof pitch.
Yes.
So you're sitting that,
What if there was a door down below, not a window?
that was my
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah.
Would that be
Well,
done?
the stairwell, you need so many stairs to reach up to the second floor,
Yeah.
so we had to kind of wrap it around to get up to that. That's the reason why it's on that side.
How about a fake door?
Yeah. Is that possible?
Is that possible?
Yeah, that's what it is. It's missing, it's a street
Because
view
it
and
does,
you
it's
think
a
it
street
looks
view and it
like
doesn't have a
door.
doorway.
That's what's,
So maybe we can like make it bigger, and then
Yeah.
rather than having the door sideways, do it from the street side, right?
yeah.
Because it kind of looks like an entrance.
Right,
And,
and
and, and the dormer has those existing windows,
Yes.
so you're probably just confined to stay within those
Yes,
windows.
we're actually taking
Yeah.
2 of the windows out to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the scale is just off. If it was just a little wider, maybe
yeah, if it
would.
was wider, it looked, yeah, that, and
If it looked
something.
more like an entrance,
Yeah.
Yeah,
because it's the front and because it's the streetscape,
Yeah, we can do that.
And make it wider, so basically what we try to do is right now, the whole building looks like, you know, a box, because
Yeah.
when we were
Mhm.
trying to do the 7-Eleven, that's what we try to
Right.
avoid.
Right,
So that's
right.
why we came up with this, to like
Right.
break that habit.
yeah, no, and to get the depth, I
Exactly.
and I
definitely
understand
appreciate
Bob's
that.
point too, like if you were bumping it out, it would make it closer to the streetscape and
Hmm.
do what you could do to that building, but I also understand that is a much bigger project than-
Exactly.
than making it just a little bit wider.
Yeah.
To Attorney Cahoon, when are you going before planning, do you know?
Well, we want to settle up here and get your approval.
Okay, have you applied to planning yet?
No.
We don't want to apply until you say.
Okay. Okay,
We know where the power is.
hardly. My reason for asking is because obviously if planning changes anything on the site plan, you'd have to come back here.
Yes.
So, so that was my,
I think they're really only interested in parking and so forth.
Yeah.
true.
I think this is gonna, with your approval, and I think that's a reasonable compromise to make a fake thing there that would really make the front look different.
Yeah.
Fit in better and so forth.
Yeah.
Or,
But,
or Bob, even wrapping the overhang around the front. See the band right here?
Around the first floor?
Yeah.
Oh,
Get rid of this, but you wrap this around.
Yeah,
Oh, that might do it too.
I agree.
make it more like a,
Like the farm.
Like an
Yeah,
entrance.
because the separations, you know.
right.
to
It
me,
kinda
just
looks
wrap
like it
this
was
around,
just-
But that's gonna put you further into the street. I don't know how far you can go
Okay.
out, but I don't know if there's room for that.
I don't think that's a problem, because
You know what I mean? You're,
You've
maybe
got
that.
enough space.
right, yeah, no, I
Yeah,
don't
I
think,
there are no setbacks,
there's
I
pl-
don't think.
not in the historic district.
No, I don't think so.
We can determine that.
I forget how far back that is. It's pretty far back anyway.
You can,
Cost line.
you can come as close as 7-Eleven came.
Yeah.
because of our district,
But they won't
right?
need to come that far, I don't think, unless
Correct.
I think we could have
Some kind of detail that,
Correct.
And we're just, yeah, basically add a roof line to that addition,
Yeah,
right?
just wrap it
Right,
around.
and that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
it
just-
doesn't have to,
Yeah.
Just carry around what's already.
it doesn't
there.
have to come out, 8 feet, it just has to, carry some of the detail, I would think.
Yeah, like that, yeah, add a roof.
Oh, yeah.
Good suggestion.
Yeah.
So that's a good suggestion.
Kind of like how you do like a fake gambrel or, the dormers, you step it out. But
So basically do that and also have the doors towards the street? Like
Yeah.
make that addition
Make it-
wider and have the.
And have a door up
Oh,
on the street, yeah.
I think, yeah. Yeah, that change is, it's not gonna be significant cost wise.
Right.
Okay, we can look into it and see how well.
Yeah, and I think the side
Side one's fine.
was fine,
yeah.
Yeah.
that's fine.
One more thing is we're kind of restricted by the existing windows that are up here now,
Yeah,
with how far we can make that.
Are you gonna, those have to be egress windows for bedrooms? Is that why?
I don't believe they're bedrooms, I have to look at the plan one to check, but
Because those are just casement windows, correct? Just,
we could replace the windows and make them smaller, or use one window instead.
yeah.
It's living space.
Hmm?
So it's a living room, yeah.
It's living room.
So,
Right there's the front right there.
oh, okay, so it doesn't,
We would be okay, yeah.
yeah, so you could do whatever you want there.
Is the color going to be the same as it is now, or, okay?
Yeah, like, we actually, existing is Cape Cod Gray, and that's how we did 7-Eleven Cape Cod Gray, so we're gonna be repainting it. We have just changed the siding currently.
Yep,
Yeah,
But after we are done with this, we're gonna be doing the Cape Cod Gray.
as opposed to the taupe, that's, I think, the reason for the question.
well,
Because-
no, the reason, no, actually, my reason is because you're going to do everything in Cape Cod gray, and you
Bob wants
almost
some
want to
color.
see something a little different
Oh, all
to
right.
break up Howard Center. That's the only reason.
Just
It's
when
a-
I think I have him figured out, I don't.
Yeah.
No,
Just when I think.
So do you like the taupe, is that what you're saying? Okay.
No, I'm just, I would love, this, and then you have the same situation on your next one. I think you use the same, but I didn't know if you even had thoughts of something maybe a little different that would still be kind of historic, but just to be a little different. Do you have to paint the whole building anyways?
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
with both of the applications, we're
Yeah.
gonna be changing the sidings and
Right,
painting.
right,
Are you
right.
putting all new siding on this as well?
No,
No,
no.
just the front.
Yeah.
But you're gonna repaint the whole building? Yeah.
Repaint it.
Yeah. I'm just throwing it out there. That's really up to you guys.
To be honest, like, we got the Cape Cod Gray approved, so
Yeah.
we just like.
Well, of course, of course, of course.
We're worrying about the color.
We're up for some fun colors if you want.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta make it interesting,
Yeah, yeah, we
and
can look into it.
you can
We-
just
we-
look and see, come up with some.
Any recommendations?
No, I don't. No, I don't have any specific, just
Okay.
something that might be different but still appropriate. Just to break it up a little bit. Because, when you look at the,
So
what
they're
we call the three
identifiable.
the
Right.
three sisters, they're, one's red, one's more bluish, and then one's white,
Yeah.
Right.
So something just a little different. That's all. That's again, up to you. And, I mean, if you want the gray, that's fine too, but just to have something a little more exciting to look at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we can definitely look into it.
Yeah, yeah.
So before we go any further, I just want to read in Mr.
Oh, yes,
Antonellis's
that's right.
email.
Yeah.
So we had received a letter from Peter Antonellis dated Friday, June 17th, and it's addressed to the Harwich District Historical Commission, it was addressed to Ms. McCura. I'm submitting these comments to the commission in writing at this time because I have a previously scheduled commitment that conflicts with the commission's recently rescheduled meeting now planned to convene on Wednesday, June 22nd. My comments summarize my recent correspondence with Mr. Patel. Mr. Patel is an asset to our community. His prior project completed at 711 Main Street in the Harwich Historic District is evidence of his commitment to responsibly balance economic development with historic preservation. I fully support his current efforts in the application that is now before the commission. I very recently shared my concerns with Mr. Patel regarding the lighting and the parking proposed for 715 Main Street and depicted on page 1 of his proposed site layout. Toward this aim, I asked Mr. Patel if he might diminish or lessen the intensity of the exterior lights placed at the residential entryways at 715 Main Street, especially after nighttime commercial activity at the site has concluded. Speaking to Mr. Patel's parking plan, also illustrated on the layout, I explained how using a Cape Cod berm to separate a paved parking area from an adjacent lawn or landscape space as proposed has proven to be quite impractical at that site. In this case, the proposed berm that is planned to surround the green space just north of the newly added 4 parking spaces on the eastern side of the building will not prevent that green space from becoming an area for uncontrolled overflow or ad hoc parking, as has been the case in that area for the past 30 years. More important to me, however, a similar berm is proposed/depicted on the site plan layout for a green space located at the southeastern corner of the site where our respective properties are abutting. As I stated in my correspondence with Mr. Patel, this issue, a berm that does not really separate green space from paved parking areas, may yet prove to be more an issue of concern for an authority other than the HDHC. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to the plan as submitted. Respectfully, Peter Antonellis. So I just wanted to read that into the record. Are there any other questions or comments from the board on other matters besides the front?
I would like to talk about the berm.
Please.
Can you explain, I don't know what a Cape Cod berm is.
It's just a lip on the edge of the pavement. It's,
That's what I thought.
Bituminous pavement, 1 foot wide.
Bituminous, yeah,
About
and,
3 inches high.
yeah.
We use it everywhere. Really.
No, but, no, I understand the concern. So he was more concerned on the back of the property?
He lives on Harwich Street.
Right. So,
And I think that, we're interested in keeping the building lit, whenever possible for safety and so
Well-
forth. And I think our lighting is within the requirements.
I do have to comment on lighting, because in retrospect, one of the things I don't like about 7-Eleven are those posts are way too tall. And you get a lot of spread, you can see it clearly across the street with the neighbors. And I would like to see those lamp posts shorter. Particularly the one behind, I call it the old post office. You have that 16 feet, and that's gonna broadcast all over the place, and that should be probably closer to 10 feet high or 12 feet. And in this area too, if it's possible, to keep lower, because that does cause more light spread when they're so high, 16 feet high.
Is a height a requirement, a certain height? It could be
think-
for the trucks, so
You're right, it could be,
it could be.
Yeah, that, yeah.
but, yeah,
Difference.
So, at 7-Eleven, we have 16 feet tall,
right,
the post. With the new ones, we are gonna be doing, with 12, but we're trying to get the 10-foot one. But if
Okay.
it doesn't, so we are shortening it by 4 foot.
Yeah, but
Perfect.
you have 16 in this plan. Yeah.
oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
we'll-
Yeah.
we'll-
I only order and I come my store.
Yeah.
Only I have a 12 feet.
right,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. No, the 12 would be much
Yeah,
better.
12 feet. I
Yeah.
have-
Yes, yes. Yes, we're gonna, we will change that to 12.
Right,
Oh, we will change that to 12.
okay,
Because that's what we are actually aiming
Right.
to do.
All right.
right.
And
But as far as the berm, I'm not sure,
We can use a
What-
granite curb or a concrete curb as well, if that makes it.
I think that would be better, and I think it is actually probably more important on the side facing the dentist, because that's where, if you don't really have a berm, people will still ride up on the grass there that you're gonna put in. I don't know if concrete's fine, I would think, that I think that would need some attention to. Do you know why the apartments weren't put in before? Were they turned down or something, historically?
No, they were, I talked to planning
Yeah.
or some department, and
Yeah.
they said, no, they were approved,
Oh.
When at the end,
They just didn't want to do
They
it.
just never
yeah.
put them in.
Oh, okay, good,
Exactly,
yeah.
because when we were doing 7-Eleven, somebody in the audience brought up that, hey, you're not gonna do the same thing, like get
Right,
the approval and
right,
not do the
Right,
apartments.
right. No, the apartments are just so fantastic
I know.
and so needed.
That's great.
Exactly.
that's
yeah.
what's
So no,
great.
we definitely.
No, we applaud that for sure.
Thank you.
Any other
Okay.
questions, comments? So I'm looking at potentially
They still have to go
Be-
to planning, or zone.
right, because there are four of us, you'll need all four of our approvals in order to go forward. So I'm
Mhm.
just looking at our next hearing date. I am not available on the third Wednesday of July. I could either do a week earlier or a week later.
In July,
So
I'm good in July, so I
I could
can
either
do
do
either.
I could do the 27th or I could do the 13th.
Of July, I think I do.
13th,
The 13th?
can you do?
I think so, yep.
And
Because-
Lynn did that too, right?
Hasn't participated, so she might be,
She wouldn't be
she
able
might
to,
be
yeah.
able to. She'd have to review the materials and see if we
Yeah.
could, but I just want to make sure we, at
I
least
mean,
the four of us.
Yeah, I mean, I want to help move it along here, because it's
Right,
always a long
right.
road.
So
And-
if everybody thinks we're okay for the 13th,
Let me just. put
would
in
you
my
be able
calendar.
to show revisions by the 13th? To have us take a look?
I think so.
Okay. Then, if you guys are set, I would entertain a motion to continue the public hearing to July
Could-
13th, no earlier than 6 PM.
Just
Oh, you want us to
before-
go? Sure.
No, I just
Yep.
want to, does anybody
Signage?
have an issue with signage? I mean, it looks like it's about the same as
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing now, and, right? It's, okay. No, I just wanted to point
Nope.
it out that,
Thank you.
wanted to make sure we looked at that too.
And then Bob,
That's good.
one question about the front doors,
Yeah,
because the orientation of the stairs,
yeah.
you have to really come out to make that work if you were to turn the stairs, right? Or would you just come in?
We can probably make the front door a real door,
Yeah.
instead of putting it on the side, and that way it's.
But either way, you're gonna still come out even further.
Yeah.
A little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
You fine with that, yeah?
Yeah, oh,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay, great.
I think
Yeah.
there's certainly space there to do it,
Yeah.
I think,
Well, there's
on the
plenty of
front.
space, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And actually, that's probably not gonna be their primary stairway anyways, is it? Because they'll probably, where they park,
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah,
use
they're
the other
mostly
side.
gonna go in the back.
Right,
Right.
because
This
I'm,
is just a requirement.
Right, the four spots on that side are for that.
Yes.
for the
right,
For them.
apartment, that's perfect.
That makes sense,
Yeah,
makes sense.
good, okay. Yep.
Great.
Any other questions or comments before I speed us along too quickly again? So then I will entertain a motion to continue the public hearing to July 13th, no earlier than 6 PM. Is there a motion?
Oh, I move.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So moved. So-
I'll move it.
So Bob made the motion, Julie seconded. All those in favor of continuing, say aye.
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 Motion carries. So our second matter. Let's just see. Right, so. We will open the next public hearing, which is HH 2022-8. Samuel Patel, owner, has applied for a certificate of appropriateness to alter a building or structure in the Harwich Center Historic District. The subject property is 721 Main Street, map 41, parcel D5. So if you would just kindly walk through the changes at 721 Main Street for us.
This is an existing building. Building is the old post office.
Yep.
Royal Smoke Shop now. The petitioner, Sawmill, is proposing to make this a mixed-use building, 2 apartments in the back, roughly 1,000 square foot apartments, a 300-foot smoke shop, and Audrey's Interior Design, which is in the liquor store building, is looking to move
It's gonna
that
move.
space,
Okay.
roughly 560 square feet. So,
Okay,
we are proposing a 15 by 30 addition to the back to accommodate the apartments. There's an existing loading dock here. We're gonna use the same footprint that they have, so the building won't be any larger, the footprint itself. That's pretty much, we're gonna develop the back parking lot as well, painted, add a light pole, some landscaping. Also, to the front of the building, we are adding a porch, covered porch with a concrete sidewalk to protect people from the weather.
okay, questions or comments? Bob, you can go.
Oh, okay. So you're gonna put on the front, the new covered way, and it looks like you're gonna use brick on the bottom of that?
Yes.
So,
on the
and
columns.
columns, yeah, the
Match
columns to,
existing facade.
right, and then you'll punch out the new door. Are you gonna replace the existing door with new doors?
I believe we're using one of the entrances and one door we're opening up for the smoke shop.
But the door itself, I think it looks different from what's there now. Are they gonna be kind of matching
Yes,
doors?
just match them.
Okay,
We're
okay,
gonna-
good,
yeah.
good, that's
Otherwise, it's
excellent.
gonna look odd.
Yeah, that's right, okay, thank you.
No, we're gonna replace it.
Yeah, yeah,
You see, we're gonna replace it.
Oh,
yeah, no, replace doors, that'd be good. And are you replacing your, I guess it's shingles now, and you're gonna put clapboard on?
Yeah.
Is that your preference? Okay.
Mhm.
And the color? No, actually, when you get into this one, the trick, I think, is because you have brick face, the color should probably be pretty matched to the grout, the between, so that it doesn't look different. So I think your color chose is probably okay, but I usually, you want to look up with what colors match brick work. Because it's different, because brick's, that red, dark red color, and not everything matches with it when you put it on the side. But I just looked up in the internet, matching colors for brick, and it came up with suggestions, but it usually revolved around the what do you call that? The mortar.
mortar.
The mortar, usually kind of match up the color of the mortar, because that is the best blend-in color. So, that's just a suggestion. You might be just fine the way you're doing that now. And you're gonna replace the clapboard, yeah, all around, aren't you? I mean, the shingles, okay. Yeah, they're pretty bad shape, right?
Yes.
They're old, yeah, they've done their course. And my comment on the light, again, should be shorter.
Yes, we're gonna do it.
Yeah. That's my comments for now.
Okay, Brendan.
The new windows are just on the new addition portion or throughout?
Throughout.
Okay. You can do the Anderson, which one's 400 series or?
I think these, the
The Woodwright? Oh, perfect.
the clad wood windows.
Yep.
Yeah, same as the 7-Eleven.
Yep.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, perfect. Those are good windows.
Julie.
I think it's nice to see a couple more apartments.
It
This
does.
is like awesome.
I like that. I like to see the cape still gonna look like a cape.
Exactly, no, I think it's great. Improvement.
Any other comments from the board? Are you ready for a decision on this one?
They need to go in front of zoning
Oh, I'm sure.
because it is.
Does that one go before zoning too?
It's changing use.
Use, yeah.
So what's your pleasure? Do you want to continue to the same day, or do you want to,
You ready to vote on it tonight?
Well,
Whatever you want. I mean, we're interested in getting it out of the way. If you're ready to approve it.
what are the shutters? Are the shutters there now on the front?
Look out the
That-
window, can you see it?
I was just trying,
Yeah,
I was-
you can, can't you? Are they wood or are they vine?
No, I don't think you can see it from here, can you?
You can
No, there's shutters on there.
There are now?
Well, they,
Yeah.
based on the drawing, there are.
On
I think there are in the front. Isn't there?
I mean,
Are you thinking wood shutters?
No, I'm just thinking colors.
Colors.
Have we got a complete color palette yet for everything?
Yeah, I mean, they're probably in rough shape if you look at the siding, so
Yeah,
they might need to be redone,
yeah,
but they would be similar to those.
yeah, but what
Do you want
materials do we use these days for shutters that is appropriate?
I mean, once you paint them, it depends on what you get. So they're still making wood, but the PVC ones, they're expensive, but and once you paint those, you won't be able to tell the difference. It's all about painting them, not getting the.
So even the PVC you'd paint?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter if it's, as long as it's painted? Whether they do PVC or wood?
Correct.
Okay,
I mean, for 7-Eleven, that was early on. It was
Right.
before, the PVCs really took off
right.
and how you're gonna paint them and everything else. So it's really up to the board what you wanna do there, but the materials, we've been approving a lot of it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think that should be finalized.
If we did a
before-
continuance, it would be for the actual selection of windows, I think the shutter colors,
Colors and
And,
material.
and then the maybe just colors and the
And the
window,
door.
the exact window.
If the original shutters can be restored, should they keep the original ones?
Doesn't, no, it's not important because
It's
it's
not-
not it's not historically significant in itself,
Yeah.
not old. So, because they were
It
built,
looks like you're going for all new here and longevity and, yeah.
yeah.
And plus you're gonna have a covered area, so whatever you do to those shutters, they're gonna last. They could be wood and they would last because they're protected from the elements. So that would just be a preference.
Is the landscaping, are you gonna put in automatic watering, to keep the grass green and stuff, or
We could do some kind of
Irrigation. yeah.
irrigate?
Like
Did,
we
could,
have done it at
7-Eleven, I mean,
yeah.
both buildings should be irrigated, just so it stays nice and the bushes stay alive. It's more for the bushes. Are you doing a new tree in back, or is that an existing one?
That's the proposed tree.
Okay, good. Are you gonna tear out what's out front there now and put in a couple new bushes, or are those the existing
In
ones?
front of the building, we need to, maybe relocate some of them, but we're putting in a sidewalk.
That's right, so you really have to redo the whole thing, yeah.
It's right against the foundation.
Oh, yeah, no, you don't want
Yeah, they're doing
that,
the porch too.
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
As far as colors, you would go with the photo that they have. They have it as black shutters with two
Yes.
black doors.
Yeah, black doors and black shutters.
Do you have that shot?
well, he's got another
Oh.
computer, because I don't think we had it in color in the packet.
You don't have
see.
color.
I mean, that's what it's gonna look like. There it is.
There it is.
Yeah,
I actually think that looks nice.
that looks nice.
Yeah.
And it really does what you actually said.
If you're gonna
by
do the wood
matching
right windows with the plied grills, I think we could vote on it.
Yeah.
You okay with?
Yeah,
With that?
no, the landscaping, if they do the irrigation of some type. Yeah,
So if you're ready for a vote, then I would entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
oh, is there any? Well, nobody else is here from the public to comment. I move to close the public hearing.
All right.
A second.
So motion has been made by Mr. Doan, seconded by Mrs. Eldridge. All those in favor of closing the public hearing?
Aye.
Motion carries. So, entertain a motion on the certificate of appropriateness. You do have a draft in front of you. If you'd like to take a shot.
Not my turn.
Brendan, would you like to take
Motion
a shot?
to approve case HH 2022-08, filing date of 4/20/22, hearing date 6/22/22. Property address is 721 Main Street, Harwich. Applicant is Samuel Patel. And the BCRD recording information is 32800-38. Application type was certificate of appropriateness. Description of proposed construction alteration. Actually, do I have the right one?
Yeah.
I do, it isn't completely filled
It's not
out.
completely filled out.
So I think we could, for the proposed construction or alteration, it would be,
Change in use, isn't it?
yeah, mixed use.
Mixed
Add,
use,
add apartments, add,
add apartments, and add new front facade and windows.
And replace siding with clapboard.
facade, replace siding, and new landscaping, new signage.
Mm-hmm.
So findings are certificate of appropriateness. Proposed construction or alteration will be appropriate for the compatibility with the preservation and protection of the historic district.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, this is not,
Gee,
am I on the
You
wrong
have
one?
something different than I
I have something different
That's
this
what I
time.
have, though. I'm looking at the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
I could just go off the other one. Why don't I just do that?
No, I think you're fine with that.
Can I see yours?
We have like
Sorry.
3 different ones.
I could
here.
launch off this one though.
I'm just wondering why it's different, why it looks different.
Well, we have one from,
Nine.
Yeah, but I'm off the new packet.
Yeah.
see, this one has the date of 6/22.
Yeah, so does mine, so does his.
It's just, I think it was just the, I can go off this one here.
But it's not
Oh.
completed, that's the thing.
Yeah, you can go this one. So I have under 8, just want to make sure that you're in agreement with what I wrote down. Description of proposed construction or alteration, mixed use, add apartments, add new front facade, replace siding, new landscaping, new signage.
Correct.
Okay.
And lighting to be,
Yeah, so demolition proposed would be partial.
I don't have, so I don't
no,
have the
that's not
No,
the
you
right
wouldn't,
form.
but
That's not
it's
the
not the
right
right
form.
form.
No, not at all.
No.
This one's the right one,
This is the right one.
yes.
Alright,
So lighting to be shortened to 12 feet?
Yeah, no more than 12 feet, 10 to 12 feet.
so I'll put that under conditions. So
Yeah.
determination will be approved. No additional comments, but conditions would be irrigation, 12-foot light posts from 16
Or
as
put
proposed.
10 to 12 foot.
10 to 12.
We prefer 10, but on that one.
And the wood-right windows from Anderson with applied grills, or FDL, the fully divided light. Those are the 8/8s.
So can I just do that for a moment? So for the list of plans on number 9, I'm gonna just say application is submitted.
Mm-hmm.
Sheets 1 through 7. Okay, and then,
I didn't clear that right.
and then you put conditions. For conditions, you said irrigation,
And then the
Woodwright,
Anderson.
RIGHT.
Mm-hmm. With applied grills. Or FDL.
Fully divided line.
Mm-hmm. With 10 to 12 lamp
8 over,
posts.
were you?
Well, they're 8/8s. Yes, you can call them out as 8/8s.
8
Let me just see if they're
over
everywhere. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
everywhere through the building. 8/8s.
panes. As shown. In application. And lighting to be 10 to 12 feet.
Yeah.
From the proposed 16-foot, or instead. Actually, that's 16.
Okay, so read it back. Irrigation conditions, irrigation, Woodwright Anderson windows with applied grills or fully divided light, 8/8 panes, as shown in application, lighting to be 10 to 12 feet in height, down from the 16-foot as proposed. Is that in agreement with your motion?
Yes.
Okay, so we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second. Oh,
So
Julie
motion's,
said second.
motion's been made by Brendan, seconded by Julie. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hearing none in opposition, motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So we'll come
So thank you, so we'll see you on the
13.
13th.
You guys want-
I don't know which room we'll be in, but we'll find a space one way or the other.
You can go outside, it might be a nice night.
It might be a beautiful night,
Yeah.
right?
We're trying to get our big room back, so give it to us.
Thank you. I don't know that we're gonna be lucky enough.
No.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So,
Thank
you
you
know,
for everything you do.
Oh,
Thanks very
It
much.
must seem like a thankless job sometimes.
yeah.
so why was it different? I thought we were always going with this one. The findings. Is it because it's notice of intent as opposed
So it's a certificate of appropriateness,
appropriateness?
Right.
right? I don't know why,
Thanks, Julie.
Here,
that building's not 100 years of age, so I don't know why it's on a,
What's in the
Notice-
district?
That's in,
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's, so in the district, all you need is a, good night.
yeah, this is the form you use in a district, right?
Correct. So in the district, a certificate of appropriateness covers everything.
Everything, yeah.
And really, the notice, the NOI for the notice of determination only applies to buildings over 100 years of age. So an older building might have both, but this one should only have one.
That makes sense. All right.
So
Hey, for some reason,
that's
it threw
fine.
me off because I was like,
Yeah,
where's the other stuff?
It threw me off too because I didn't.
I'm
know
gonna get it
what
right one of
was
these days.
there. Nope, you
you know,
did
there's a
get it
lot
right.
to read.
So I
Julie's got
have,
the next one.
Oh, thanks.
I've only messed it up like 4 times in a row.
we approved 2.
And then they're just gonna come back for the.
They're gonna come back for 13,
Yeah.
on the 13th. Thank you for accommodating my craziness on the 13th, because of the next week. What's next? So, the next matter is to approve meeting minutes. I don't have any in this packet.
She,
I know she said
Patty emailed them, I didn't print them out. Did
the
you?
16th,
No, I
I know
didn't
she said the
print 'em out.
16th it was not available.
I think we're gonna have to
Can we
pass.
continue it to the?
We
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
can. So we will, by way of this recording, ask Patty to add the minutes to our next meeting. Any new business? I don't have any old
No.
business,
No.
property study. Do we want to?
Don't have any update
Okay.
right this moment.
And really no reports to be had. CPC
Nothing.
has nothing really to report. Did the
No.
public hearing happen? And
I missed it.
I did as well.
Yeah, we were.
So, okay. So more on committees and commissions. I do hope that next time we'll have an update of some sort.
Okay.
But having nothing else to say, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion's been made by Mrs. Eldred, seconded by
Second.
Brendan Lowney. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hearing none in opposition, motion carries. We are adjourned. And thank you, Julie, for turning off the recording.